Hi to everybody. I hope everybody's doing well on the talk show, as I'm on the wrong deal. Wait a second, I hit the wrong button. But I hope everybody is having fun on the talk show, but I have some things that I want to talk about for my end of the year goal, which is something that I think you guys will agree on in the most. Yeah, something I just want to say and all that. Right now I'm doing a random race run. We got about, I don't know, 87 to go in the PCSRA Divas series, and for somebody is asking why am I doing a all-female series like the W series of NASCAR, it's because since Power Quest is not doing the Diva series, I decided to do one just because why not. And yeah, so yeah, this is like a end of the year stream and all that, but yeah. Firstly, with the fact that things have been slowly died down, as we got about, as we just got the one to go signal to go back green. I've lost count how many cautions we've had in this race, of course, with Rebecca Hawkins leading. Lately for me, I want to thank you all for 200, because I never would have thought we would make it to 200 subs. And it's something that I never thought we would make it at the beginning of this year. I think we were like, I don't know, like 110 or 112 or something like that, and we made it all the way to 203, which we're 97 away from 300. Insane. I doubt we're going to get to 300, but if we make it to 300 next year, that would be a huge accomplishment for my channel and all that, as they just got the green flag because they had an incident on the front straightaway with a Carmichael spinning down the front straightaway. I wanted to give you an update on the weekly show because I had a date lined up, which was this Wednesday. However, because I will be going to possibly spend the night in a group home, even though I'm not going to like it and all that, the PCSRA weekly show is currently a TBA. I do not have a backup date planned. I do not know what date I'm going to be doing the weekly show. I might move it a day early, like, I don't know, Monday or Tuesday, but the time has not been determined. So yeah, that's the situation on that deal as far as that's concerned. By the way, if you're wondering which race I'm doing this Divas race. We're at Rockingham, North Carolina, and so far we had a car flip on pit road, and I'm like, bruh. As I just hit the wrong button. Right now the zero car is leading the it's going to be called the Subway 200 at Rockingham. Typical, I would call it the Subway. Wow, 32 smacked the wall off of 2 there. Yeah. So I'm going to rate the year, the whole year, whether that's not racing related. If I had to rate this year, even though this year's not over yet, but I just want to get my rating out of the way. If I had to rate this year based beginning of this year with the accomplishment I had at Esplanade with my first ever walkthrough completed, the first part of the year, I would give it a 9. I thought, the beginning of this year was good. Finally we were having a constant year as like we normally do. But ever since the pandemic began, I felt like I don't know if I felt sad or if I felt, I don't know. I felt like really bored because when March 15th, my last shift, I got a note that we were shutting down for 2 weeks, and I thought, oh great, I'm gonna be home for 2 weeks, and then found out it was gonna be longer. So yeah, it sucked the most. So I mean, the first few months were good, so I give it a 9. March to like August, I'm gonna give it a 6. Because while yeah, I was trying to, you know, practice social distancing and having to get used to wear a mask, it was kind of not fun. But, you know, you have to obey by the freaking law, which I think is kind of really ridiculous in my opinion. Which I'm not looking for this president. By the way, we're on lap 120 of 197. So from March to August, I give it a 6. Even on my birthday, it was the first time I had to celebrate my birthday. I didn't get a chance to go eat or anything like that. So it really sucked, but oh well. And then September was a 9, was an 8. And then lately is when everything went downhill. So yeah, it really sucked. I mean, I just don't know what to say. I mean, other than that, you know, with what happened with my mom and my dad, of course, what happened with the ice storm, first off, that began, and then finding out that both my parents tested positive for COVID, and I had a quarantine. That's like I've been on quarantine twice this year because somebody I was close to, like a coworker, tested positive. I had to serve a 14-day quarantine because I was in contact with a person who tested positive for the virus, and then of course my mom tested positive for COVID, then died on the 29th of October, which it's hard to get over it, knowing that we're about 2 months since the unexpected death, and then the day before that, it's going to be 2 months since my dad's been in the hospital for COVID, which, by the way, they recently did surgery on him to put a feeding tube, but unfortunately, I'm probably not going to see my dad anymore, and that really, really is how it's not been a good year, so it's sucky, so I'm gonna give you my ratings for the whole race season. Of course, the W Series I'm not gonna do because they didn't run this year because of COVID. And I didn't give you guys my ratings on the NASCAR season because I really want to save it for the end of this stream. So, if I were to give the NASCAR race, and we're still green, I hope we're still green. Sorry, trying to do a stream with you guys and trying to keep an eye on this NR races. Interesting. Yeah, we're still green. Okay, I just want to make sure we're still green, because if it turns yellow, like one of the cautions, I was too busy looking at my phone. Oh, hi, Sean. Oh, surprise. Out of nowhere, was not expecting that. I'm guessing the show's over.
Show is over, we are done.
Yay. But anyway, as I was saying before Sean came in, I'm finally going to give you my ratings for the NASCAR season.
Yeah, I forgot you're doing something.
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, never mind. If I were to rate, I'm gonna probably go global to up to NASCAR just to make it easier. I'll actually get this one. ARCA, 7. I can't stand ARCA not having having less than 20 cars. That's just sad. I really hope they get it together. The whole ARCA division... Actually, I'll give the ARCA division a 5. That's just my opinion. Yeah. Sorry, ARCA, you need to have more than 20 drivers, not less. That's just my opinion, as Lauren Ekstrom just put a lap down. Yeah, we have 14 drivers, but I'll get back to my picks. We had 14 drivers on the lead lap. We have 29 in the race. 12 cars freaking 7 laps down, and 31's in third gear so much. It's like, get off the damn track. Shoot. Yeah, for every racing series.
How many have you done so far?
ARCA I just did the first one.
You want to know what I give that rating?
What?
Oh, 4.
Yeah. Just, they need to have a better field. W Series, I'm not going to do W Series because it got canceled, so I can't give you a rating. I know last season it was good racing with, you know, with, Jamie Chadwick becoming the first female champion in racing history. How about that? She's better than Danica Patrick. Ha, in your face, Danica. Yeah. Of course, they're running those Formula 3 cars, is what the W Series is running. Formula E is next. I'm doing global, then I go up to NASCAR. Formula E, I don't know what is it with me picking Formula E over F1, but it's like every time F1 drivers that race there suck, they do awesome in Formula E. I don't get it. It's ridiculous. So if I were to give Formula E, and this is going to be the hardest one, I'm going to rate it a 7 because we've seen different winners. Of course, you know, their season got suspended because of COVID-19 and then had to finish the final 6 races in Germany. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Hopefully we go to Korea for the Korea E-Prix, because I've heard rumors they're talking about Sochi being the Russian E-Prix sometime in the future with Sochi. Is why F1's trying to find a new circuit in Russia. Yeah, it's because I love seeing a championship battle go all the way to the end, not being wrapped up 3 races early, if you ask me. It's not the Winston Cup Series, for God's sakes. But anyway. Yeah, speaking of Winston Cup, of course, the Zero car in NR2N3 is leading a race, and they normally run like 25th, like in 03. But anyway, for DTM, I'm gonna give it a 6. I don't know why, but I'm gonna give it a 6. Just my honest opinion. I don't know why. I mean, you know, maybe I was happy because Renee Rest won the championship, that's why, last year. So, I give it a 6. DTM was kind of okay. It wasn't that great, but hey, I mean, 18 drivers, or no, was it? No, 16 drivers. I'm sorry, 16 drivers for a full season. That's screwed up. IndyCar's next, which reminds me. I don't know if Sean heard this or not. I think I posted in my server. Let me see. Oliver Askew, by the way, just confirmed he's going to IMSA next season. Yeah. Just found out on Twitter today he's going to, I think he's going to run the LMP3 because, remember, we're going to have 5 classes next season in IMSA, which is a big deal, as I'm on the 24 for some reason, not sure why. How freaking fast is the 12 go? Bruh, the 12 is going 130 miles an hour and getting passed by people. It's like, get off the damn track. Sorry if I have to hamper Cody's driver, but get off the damn track if you're not going to meet minimum speed. I mean, good God. This isn't Bristol, for crying out loud. Yeah, sorry. I had to say that because somebody doesn't know. Who's leading? Oh, the Zero's still leading. Duh. Yeah, the sister of a current Reese driver who won Rookie of the Year. GG, whatever. Anyway, back to the topic in hand. I don't know what I just did there, but anyway. Oh, yeah. Oh, I was on IndyCar. That's what I was talking about. Considering how Scott Dixon won the championship for the I don't know how many years in a row it is. I think it's 3. I could be wrong. Well, he won back-to-back. I mean, he's won it back-to-back. He's like the GOAT of IndyCar racing, Scott Dixon, that is. So, wow. In this race, we've had a long green flag run. I'm surprised. Finally, they settled themselves down. Good grief. Anyway, IndyCar, I'm gonna give it a 7. Yeah, that's kind of my rating, because I know that, you know, it sucked having to run the Indy 500 without fans, but you know what, it's COVID-19, what else is new? And the way Rossi's season was, it was pretty bad. Yeah. That's probably, let's see, what else did I've done for series-wise? Oh, Supercars. They're next. This one is going to be hard to beat. Supercars, a 9. I don't know why, but for whatever reason, I love Australian racing and Supercars, which is now going to be called the Repco Australia Supercars next year. And no longer is it going to be called the Super Chief Auto Bathurst 1000, it's going to be called the Repco Bathurst 1000. I'm really excited. Oh my god, they went 4 wide in the test race. Good lord. You don't go 4 wide and keep it together at Rockingham, North Carolina. Good god. Speaking of Rockingham, North Carolina, did you all know that they've already cut the grasses? They've already cut the grasses in the grandstands, and they're getting the track alive, because short track racing there's going to be a late model series that will be racing at Rockingham, North Carolina next year, and I'm very excited about that. That's why you keep Rockingham, because I love it when the tires fall off and people have to wait 70 laps to pit, if you know what I mean, because that driver always whines saying, I need 4 tires every pit stop. Rockingham, North Carolina is like Darlington, so. Let's see. Let me look at my deal on the PCSRA. Oh, who posted? Oh, it's the. Oh, they're playing Among Us. Okay, never mind. Go back to the PCSRA. MotoGP I'm not going to do because I don't care. That's that. Brazilian Championship will be next year. Trans Am, I sometimes don't keep up with it, but I just watch it anyway because why not? So I'll tell about it next year. Super GT, haven't been keeping up with it lately. Same with Asia World of Outlaws, haven't been keeping up with that. Oh, now the other 3. World Endurance, I don't keep up with that other than the 24 Hours of Le Mans. IMSA, here's the catch, IMSA. I'm gonna give it an 8, because And also, by the way, if you miss every IMSA race, it's on their YouTube page, so you can go check it out. I mean, yeah, it has to be on the radio network.
You can always check on their YouTube page on something like that.
Yeah. They're like the only... Also, the Continental... no, not Continental. Michelin Pilot Challenge races are also on the IMSA YouTube channel, if you haven't seen the races, so... Yeah. I give it an 8, so IMSA is an 8.
Yeah, I would give it the same thing too. It was a lot of good racing, but just a miss.
Especially how they did Charlotte Roval, that was a badass race. The Charlotte Roval was cool, especially after what we saw in the Xfinity race, which we'll get to Xfinity and all that later. What else? What other NR? What NR? Good job, Wolves. What other racing series? Not NR series. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, wrestling. I don't care about that. Well, wrestling. They can talk about that. So, yeah. I'm gonna do the Formula 3, 2, and 1 because that's the next one, so I'm gonna do. Formula 3, I don't watch it because I'm probably in bed and I miss it. But if I were to rate the races from the highlights, I give it a 7. Yeah, that's why I watch the highlights, because that's how it is, because I don't have ESPN on this TV. I remember one time... They don't show Formula 3 races on TV. Oh, who joined? Oh, hi, Andrew. Oh, Andy. Oh, and before I get into F2, we just had a yellow. Oh, we had a wreck on the back straightaway. I was gonna say a race. Go ahead. I was gonna say probably 5. Yeah. Oh, Erica Douglas got spun. Yeah, I'm doing an NR race and streaming at the same time, so it's really weird. Okay, what happened here with Erica? Ah, that 01 had something to do with it, did it? Yeah. Chloe Carmichael got up into the wall. And she's going to come down on the 32 and the 48 of... Who's driving the 48? Not a roast. 32 gets spun around. 48, that's... If I can find the driver of the 48. Charlotte Baker got in the 32 and around the 32 went. No damage there. That was a long green flag run. I'm a little surprised you guys went a long green flag run as I did. Wow, I'm surprised. Okay, back to the ratings. Formula 2... I'm going to give it a 7, because I really felt like, you know, yeah, I'm happy Mick Schumacher won a race or won the championship, and he's going to drive for Haas, and hopefully it's a Haas-sational. Stole Will Buxton's line, but you get the point. Hopefully that's the case. By the way, that was the caution the Zero did not need to see, because she had a 1-second lead. Go ahead, Sean. Yeah. By the way, Formula E reference. Next year is a Monaco year, and this is why I say that, because every even year we have the Monaco E Prix before the Monaco Grand Prix, because they've already put the street circuit up days in advance, like half the section, and then they have to put the rest of the track up. So, now to the Formula 1. You both best not look at the general chat. What did you do, Great Lakes? Do I even want to know what's going on? Subsion's on a date. I guess he's on a date, not clothed, is what he's doing. It's fine. It wasn't me. Damn, Cody, I guess you're getting married. Because we got the one to go signal. Yeah. No, I said not except if he does anything to me. But anyway. Formula One. Oh. AKA the Lewis Hamilton series is what some people like to call it. Even though we had two upsets with, you know, the Secure Grand Prix and Pierre Gasly's upset win at Monza. Well, the only winners I've seen is Hamilton, Bottas, Verstappen, and then the two upset winners we've had. Oh, I'll join after I'm, because I gotta do the points, by the way, after this race is over. Might join Cards Against Humanity Great Lakes. I'll give it a 7. And this is why I give it a 7. Yeah, as the 8 car, by the way, did not get a good restart, by the way, as a bunch of drivers are going to get their laps back, and there goes Lauren Ekstrom, GG, she got dumped. As I was saying, oh, the 8 car's trying to pit, oh, that's what, oh, we're gonna die. That's a ton of cars that got their laps back, holy crap. Yeah, as I was saying after Lauren Ekstrom got turned. I think somebody got tired of Lauren Ekstrom being a slow nuisance, and Cody's not going to be happy where Lauren's going to finish. But anyway, the thing is that I know, I'm fully aware. The reason I gave it a 7 is because yes, Lewis Hamilton's a 7-time champion. I get it and all that, but I was not expecting Checo and Gasly, who, by the way, Gasly is going to stay with AlphaTauri next season, and Checo, we don't even know if he's going to be racing next season, as far as that's concerned. By the way, I put the game on pause so I can see the replay of the 12. Who spun the 12, you ask? Survey says the 88. I wonder if the 88 had a little issue with the 12 early in the race, and yeah, we're going to have a cat fight after this race. But anyway. Sure. Mm-hmm. Well, and think of this, you know, this year's tire compound, you know, a lap time's good for like only one lap, and it's like a lot challenging, even though it's last year's tire compounds. So well, let's see. I know last year was Bottas, Hamilton, Seb, Charles, Max, and I think that's about it. Yeah, that's like 5 winners. This year we had Bottas, Hamilton, Perez, Gasly, and and Verstappen. So we've had 5 winners. No, I mean, I just want Pirelli to have a better tire compound. That's why I gave it a low rating. The racing is not the issue, it's just the tires that suck. Well, even though we saw a couple of tire failures with Danny Kvyat at Silverstone with the left rear like twice. Yeah. It's going to be interesting how preseason testing is going to be at Bahrain and not Barcelona. I think Bahrain's a better choice than Spain. That's just my honest opinion, because I really don't like Spain. I'd rather have either Imola or Portugal back, because those races were good. Or go back to Mugello. That was insane with 3 red flags. Good God.
Yeah, we had, I think the worst red flag that we had was from a couple of weeks ago. That was all.
Yeah, the Bahrain GP was probably one of the worst wrecks I've seen in quite some time. You thought Newman's wreck was bad. This was way worse when the chassis was ripped in half. Hell, it was worse than the IndyCar wreck at Iowa. Yep. But like NASCAR, where they've done a great job with the safety innovations, F1 has done the same way. So. Okay. Yep. Now the fun part. NASCAR. Some people may like my rating. Some people are going to say, why would you give it that rating? So. I'm going to start with... the big shocker is seeing 2 female drivers win. That's awesome. With, of course, Haley Deegan 2 years ago, and then Gracie Trotter this year. Hopefully we get a female winner in the future, because I love seeing girls win, to tell the boys in your face, so.
Okay, what series was that for?
I think it was the Arca Menards West.
Really? I want to combine both Arca series together here.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know, there's a problem.
Yeah. Some people don't get it's the rebirth of the K&N West Series. By the way, they just took 1 to go. We have 30 laps to go, and I've already saved the results, so I did the results saving before the race started, so I was like, yep, let's save the results before so that way I can just generate, because I have score 4 upped. God, I'm going to tell you this, the points are going to shake up a bit heading into the Auto Club. I said, I'm happy we had a female winner in ARCA in the West Series. I know Haley Deegan nearly won it. Yeah, I gave all the divisions I think a 5 or a 6, because yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm happy for women drivers winning in ARCA, but to be honest, they need to have a better entry list than that. Okay, now the fun part, NASCAR. Starting with the Truck Series. By the way, I did not have this on the bingo card with Trevor Bain coming back to running in the Truck Series. That kind of threw me off a loop. So, yep. If I had to rate the Truck Series, even though it had to be revised because of the COVID-19 concerns, if I had to rate that race on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the worst and 10 being the greatest, I'm going to give it I'll give it an 8. I mean, I didn't expect Sheldon Creed winning a championship. That's what blew me away, and him winning 4 races and all that, and then the regular season champion not winning a race. That tells you how crazy this playoff system is. But you could be good one year, you could suck the next year, if you know what I mean. Yeah. Oh, I didn't bring this up on the weekly show, and I forgot, and I should bring this up on the weekly show. Speaking of Haas, I forgot to bring this up on the weekly show. This weekend is their 100th race. This weekend. Yeah, for the American team. Because they've raced 100, this will be their 100th race since they joined F1 in 2016. That's something I forgot to bring it up on the weekly shows. We nearly had a wreck in the back. Yes? Oh, 29. What are you doing on the apron there, sister? Yes, Xfinity. I had to wait. If I see an incident, I was like, oh, wait a minute. We might have an incident in a second. Oh, 77, by the way, took the lead of the race. Jeez, backmarker cars leading the race. That's NR for you. Xfinity, I mean, I'm gonna give it the same score, an 8. Yeah. I mean, I kind of knew Chase Briscoe was going to win races like that, but having 9 wins and not winning a championship, that's screwed up. Yeah. Before we get to the cup ratings, we just had a yellow. Oh, 29. Oh, 29 turned the 43. Okay, so what is that, the 9 or is that hang on, let me check. Oh yeah, Jessica Shelton pulled up in the Stacey Anderson turn. So Shelton hits the 43, turns the 43 into the 29. 29 hits Deanna Shelton, and the 29 and the 19 spun. I've lost count on how many yellows this race has. But at least score 4 will tell me how many cautions we've had, so. Yep, cup. Tie. I'm gonna give it a tie. It's gonna be a 9. You know what they say, you can win as many races as you want to, but if you don't win the championship and be consistent when it matters the most, you ain't gonna win the championship. Yes. And by the way, I'm always going to get my prediction right with the Daytona 500 and the championship situation, because Denny Hamlin, for the 3rd time in his career, wins the Daytona 500, does not win the championship. Coincidence? I think not. Wait, what? Yeah. Yep. That was, all that, so. Anyway. So, that is your lot, from me. Weekly show, TBA, I don't know when I will do the weekly show. Speaking of doing, I need to get some food before I get grouchy, if you know what I mean. Hi Cody, go forth. Yes. I just want to say thank you all for helping me get to 200. Thank you all for everything that I've gone through, if you ask me, you know, with having to pick up the pieces, you know, after what happened to my mom back in October and all that. So, yeah, right now, I can tell you this: the points are going to get shaken up at this race, as we just got 20 laps of racing to go, and we just took the one to go. Hopefully, this is the final caution. So we have 12 drivers on the lead lap. The 01's the last car on the lead lap. 22 cars still in the race. The 29 has taken 29, that's June 9th, and took her car back behind the wall, joins the 31, 38, 45, 15. The points leader, Brianna Knight, is out of the race, so she won't be the points leader heading into next week. 97, 02, 49, 23, 27, 67, 22, 30, and 5 back behind the wall, out of the race. Yes, by the way, yes, I do have NR for anyone asking why I'm doing a race at this point, so they're about to get the green, so Yeah, but anyway, thank you guys for everything we've done. Of course, we have one final weekly show episode, and the next time and then after the weekly show, the next time you'll be hearing from me will be the IMSA podcast, as we will be discussing the Roar Before the 24, get you caught up on all the top story news and all that, and get ready for the Roar Before the 24, which will have a qualifier to set the grid for the Rolex 24 at Daytona instead of having like a traditional qualifying, and then we'll get ready for the Rolex 24 at Daytona, and I'm looking forward to that, and also we'll look forward to Paddock Passage, which is replacing the weekly show in 2021, so that's going to be fun. So that's your lot. Thanks for following along. Hopefully I'll see you guys soon. But for now, from me here in Oklahoma City, hopefully if it'll be in Tuttle next year or in a group home, that's your lot. We'll see you later.